Hey there, Inside Crew! Welcome back to another exciting episode of On the Inside. Today, we're diving deep into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and discussing the future of Jonathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror after the ending of Loki Season 2. But before we jump into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on all the juicy details from the MCU. So, if you've been keeping up with the MCU, you know that Jonathan Majors made quite the entrance as Kang the Conqueror, the next big antagonist for our beloved superheroes. This was officially announced at Disney's Investor Day back in December 2020. Since then, we've seen various versions of Kang, from He Who Remains in Loki Seasons 1 and 2 to Victor Timely in the latter season of the Disney show, and, of course, Kang the Conqueror himself in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We've been eagerly anticipating Kang's role in Phase 6's Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, after all the teases left for us in the ending of Loki Season 2. However, things took a bit of a turn when Jonathan Majors was arrested on assault charges in March 2023, throwing his future in the MCU into doubt. But despite all the controversy, let's talk about the fact that Kang is still the MCU's planned villain. No official confirmation has come from Marvel Studios or Disney about Kang's replacement or Jonathan Majors' dismissal from the franchise. Until they say otherwise, Kang remains the multiverse saga's main antagonist, despite Majors' upcoming court case. After pleading not guilty shortly after his arrest, much of 2023 has been focused on gathering evidence for his court date, which was recently confirmed for November 29, 2023. As the trial date is now set, it's time to discuss what Marvel Studios might do with Kang the Conqueror. Reports have emerged suggesting that Marvel was discussing replacing Kang as the multiverse saga's primary villain with characters like Doctor Doom. However, this has not been officially confirmed and is a surprising move given the setup for Kang's future in Phases 4 and 5. Not to mention the announced Avengers: The Kang Dynasty in Phase 6, which seems to require Kang's presence. What's intriguing is that Marvel Studios apparently considered replacing Kang after Ant-Man, and the Wasp: Quantumania failed to meet expectations. The film became the lowest-rated MCU movie on Rotten Tomatoes by critics and didn't perform as expected at the box office. This made the higher-ups at Marvel rethink their plans for the multiverse saga, with Kang at its center. So, with all these discussions about Kang's future, one option we should consider is recasting the character. Recasting would allow Marvel Studios to continue their plan, with the only change being a different actor portraying Kang. While this is a possibility, the end credit scene in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, featuring the Council of Kangs, all played by Majors, does complicate the situation a bit. However, it's worth noting that Marvel Studios has a history of recasting, with Don Cheadle taking over from Terrence Howard as James Rhodes, War Machine and Mark Ruffalo stepping in for Edward Norton as Bruce Banner. The final decision on Jonathan Majors' future in the MCU may depend on the outcome of his trial, which is expected to conclude in November 2023. Meanwhile, the MCU continues to develop Kang's storyline in ongoing projects. Loki Season 2 in particular set up Kang's future in an interesting way. At the end of the show, Loki became the god of stories, maintaining the multiverse at the end of time, while the TVA serves as a peacekeeping organization across the multiverse. This setup includes keeping an eye on variants of He Who Remains, which are essentially different versions of Kang. This paves the way for Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and the impending multiversal war. But Marvel could easily rewrite this plot point if they decide to move forward without Jonathan Majors. Ultimately, while Loki Season 2's ending has teased a bright future for Kang in the hipchuff, the unresolved questions about Jonathan Majors' role and the outcome of his trial leave us all in suspense. We'll have to wait until November 2023 to get the answers we've been eagerly awaiting. That's a wrap for today's episode, folks. Thank you for joining us on this journey inside the MCU and the mysterious fate of Kang the Conqueror. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow Marvel fans. Until next time, this is On the Inside.